It's just fun to hear new Christmas music, I think. This is a song that was written for Mary. And if you read the Gospel of Luke, we believe that Mary was one of Luke's sources. That is, he interviewed her when he wrote his Gospel. You'll see that there's this little phrase that appears a couple of times. Luke says about Mary that she treasured these things and she pondered them in her heart. You ever seen that little phrase? I was always mystified by that phrase. So the time came to write a song about Mary. So I went to the best mom I know, my wife. We have 4 children, and if anybody knows about pondering things and treasuring things up in her heart, it's my wife Susan. So I said, what do you remember? What are the kind of things that you remember about having a new baby? She said, well, I remember the sound that they make when they're nursing, sort of a little clicking sound. Only you moms probably know what I'm talking about. She said, I remember the way their little fingers, their little useless fingers, curl and uncurl. And I noticed that my wife was the first person to learn their cries. The baby would start crying, and I would be all nervous, and she'd say, oh, he's just tired. That's a tired cry. Or, start crying, and I'd get all upset, and she'd say, well, give him a bottle. That's his hungry cry. You're laughing because the same things happen to you. The moms are always the first ones to recognize the cry, and Mary must have been the same way. She must have been the first person to understand what his cries meant, that he was hungry, because he was hungry like any other baby. He was tired, and he was frightened like any other baby. And this song asks a question. It's just speculation, so forgive me if you don't think it's correct. I think it's okay. But I wonder if perhaps there wasn't a cry that he had that even Mary couldn't understand. That even amidst the joy of that birth, that special birth, there was a shadow for the man of sorrows. That there was a cry that even her love couldn't grasp, couldn't understand. That's what this song's about. It's called What Her Heart Remembers.